18th, Mike Tyson, Razor Ruddock dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count.
Back to another edition of Box Talk. It's time for the first edition of This Week in Boxing 2015. And guess what? It's been a bloody interesting week. Let's start with information. Start with Schaefer Haymon, Golden Boy, the resolution.
I don't know if I'd call it a resolution.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd almost call it the start of something else.
I think someone got destroyed.
Yeah,
in the
negotiations,
arbitration,
and that was Oscar De La Hoya. From what it looks like. I mean, look, Schaefer seems to have gone. He seems to have taken a bit of money with him. But the worst thing, he seems to have taken a hell of a lot of fighters.
Okay then,
marquee names. Marquee names.
I had to write the list down because if you haven't heard the list of the fighters that are actually gone, guaranteed it is a lot. We got Danny Garcia, we got Adrian Broner, we got Dante Wilder, we got Keith Thurman, we got Errol Spence, we got Robert Guerrero, Marcus Madonna, Peter Quillen, Lamont Peterson, Ishandi Lara, Abner Mares, Andre Berto, Victor Ortiz, Devin Alexander, Sean Porter, and Danny Jacobs.
My God.
Yeah,
what
these are no longer Golden Boy fighters. These are strictly Al Haymon's camp now.
So they're going to be all in that new NBC thing that's going.
The NBC deal was supposed to start in March. They're saying now. This is why we heard nothing from Al Haymon for the past few months regarding his NBC deal when after Kathy Duba leaked it, because he had all these fighters tied in to his Schaefer Golden Boy thing. He couldn't push no things out yet because these were still in type of litigation between who owns them.
Yeah.
Now it's resolved. Expect big moves, be it good or bad, from Al Haymon shortly.
Yeah, or bad. It's going to be bad. Look, when Al Haymon first came in, this is kind of off subject. We were like, oh my God, this is fantastic for boxing, but like, we're going to start to get, and we've already seen it now recently with Jermaine Taylor Mora. We're going to get a lot of in-house fighting. And I always feel like when you get in-house fights, I just kind of feel they're not. I don't know. There's something dodgy about in-house fights for me.
So tell you what I'm scared of right now. Honestly and truly, that it's actually before you had like two sides of the street. You had HBO or Showtime. Now you're gonna actually have maybe three sides of the street in the terms. Whereas Al Haymon don't do business with HBO. He doesn't like HBO. Golden Boy has an exclusive contract with Showtime. Obviously, Golden Boy might not want to do business with Haymon no more. And rumors that Schaefer's gonna join Al Haymon. In where does Golden Boy go with their deal with Showtime? They have very, very limited marquee fighters.
The problem for Golden Boy, and this might sound crazy now, but bear with me when I say this. Frank Warren had this exclusive deal with Sky Sports. Frank Warren was the #1 promoter in Britain, had all the stable fighters, and Sky Sports just went chop, 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 and he had to kind of create his own thing, Box Nation. Golden Boy, you look at the kind of resume they've got of fighters. Yes, they've got Canelo, they've still got Amir Khan. You're talking thin after that. They've got Santa Cruz, but the numbers start to get thin in terms of pay-per-view, bums on seats, viewer figures. Don't be shocked if Showtime say, you know what, it's not as the stable fighters you have isn't kind of what we need in terms of giving you 20 fight deals for TV.
Maybe it's time to start talking back to Bob Arum,
of course it is.
Gary Shaw, Louis DeBella.
I'm telling you now, don't be shocked if Golden Boy don't go HBO. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because Showtime is not happy with Golden Boy either, because they took Canelo to HBO and said that they what they said that it was disloyal.
There you go.
The only positive I can see kind of this whole scenario is that it will force promoters, Golden Boy, to make new stars.
Yeah, no,
it has to force them. You have to invest money now. All the revenue you take, you have to invest it in your younger talent. Get them to be cross.
Can we get to the big news, please?
The big news. RocNation and Andre Ward. I think the other story was bigger.
Just about.
RocNation Andre Ward. I tweeted when I found out on Friday evening. I said something along the lines of that: is this the break for Andre Ward, or is this the break for RocNation? I'm still confused.
I said it's the game changer. I said about 3 weeks ago on This Week in Boxing that all RocNation has to do is sign one marquee fighter, and then people be like, other boxers that have maybe got 1 fight deal left or 2 fight deals, and think, oh, Andre Ward's gone over there. This is pound for pound #2 in the world. He's gone over. They're offering big money, but they've got substance. And it's you know, we've seen with Adrian Broner, and we'll talk about that later. Sometimes just chucking money ain't good. People want to see substance. Andre Ward going over there is pure substance now. And they're talking about him fighting what, March, April?
March, April.
And then hopefully he moves on again and starts fighting more.
Okay, the thing about with Andre Ward, I think he needed a very good deal. I think this is a good deal financially. I also believe that RocNation have the star power and the ability to promote and do certain things that other people can't do. But I also think that you're one fish in a big pond.
Who is?
Andre Ward. He still needs. He's the one guy. Then I'm trying. He's going to try.
It's not a big pond.
It's boxing. Shoot. Like I said, we already talked about the Al Haymon scenario. We talked about Golden Boy scenario. There's still a lot of things to do. So as much as Ward's now got a good promoter that's going to help him do stuff, there's a lot of work to be done still.
There is, but if you look at the Al Haymon sort of mold, if you like, with Al Haymon, it was just Mayweather. Don't get me wrong, Mayweather's a much bigger star, but Mayweather was the first one to go over, if you liked Al Haymon, and then literally the flood started going wrong.
Fighters were going with Al Haymon from early days, but he wasn't a marquee name. No one knew who he was.
Yeah, but I'm talking about marquee fighters. There was no Andre Bertos, there's no Adrian Broner, there's no Deontay Wilders. Literally, come on, how many fighters have Al Haymon signed in the last year and a half? Corrales might have been in the last year and a half. Al Haymon signed about 50 marquee fighters,
maybe 100.
Exactly. So I expect you never know. I expect the door. And you talk about star power. I mean, look, their first event had Rihanna and Jay-Z ringside.
I mean, sitting next to Andre Ward.
I mean, come on. That's star power right there.
It is star power. I think Andre Ward, to get where he wants, and we've got a long time, he needs to cross over. This helps him cross over. But
Rugondo was ringside as well.
I saw those people. I saw those people ringside. But what I will say is though is that again, this is not just Andre. Andre was a great fighter, but his style doesn't translate to TV well. If I like watching him personally, but people say he's boring, he's this and that. What I'm saying, don't. If you want to be a crossover star, he's gonna have to put on performances similar to the Chad Dawson performance, where he's going for the stop. Talking about RocNation and Jay-Z, Adrian Broner turns down 40 million 5-year contract. Originally I thought that's quite a lot of money and everything, but then I watched an interview with Adrian Broner. We were just chatting usual nonsense, but he says, oh, 5-year deal over 5 fights means 4 million per fight. He said, so I'll be making 4 million this year, and in 5 years I'm still making 4 million. That's wrong. You should be progressing. I thought, valid point, fair. You've got to have that type of input to say once you reach a level, you could grow within that time. But then I also thought that this is Adrian Broner. I'm not sure he's going to be around in 4 years.
Nah, of course he will.
No, in terms of a marquee player making that type of money.
Of course he will.
All it takes is one loss, and your money drops. Exactly. Another loss. Amir Khan was on a 2.5 million guarantee from Golden Boy until Daniel Garcia took him out. He dropped to $1 million. The point I'm making is, it's all good saying that now, but you got to look at the long picture. You think Broner's going to stay undefeated for the next 5 years? Yes,
I do. And more importantly, I think one thing about people, and that's what I like about Adrian Broner and Floyd Mayweather, you've got to know your worth, people.
No, of course, yeah.
If they're offering 40 million over 5 years, they know Adrian Broner's worth. We're not privy to know how much Adrian Broner gets for a fight outside of what boxing in terms of endorsement thing. If Adrian Broner is turning down 4 or 5 million a fight, he's getting 4 or 5 million a fight now.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. He's making very good money, but he's talking obviously no progression after that, which I agree. You don't want to be stuck in the same contract for 5 years, so I agree with that terminology. I'm saying though is that you're only as good and as powerful as you are now. The way Adrian Broner's lifestyle is, the way he's been blown up in weight, just the certain things we've seen in the way he's been fighting recently. I'm not sure we're going to stay undefeated for 5 years. I don't think he's going to be I don't know. He says the next Floyd Mayweather. I don't think he's ever going to be the next Floyd Mayweather.
He doesn't stay undefeated though.
He can't stay undefeated.
Name me one more, aside from take away the big three, Adrian Broner in terms of crossover appeal. I saw Adrian Broner the other day, for example, as we were talking about this, I watched a rap thing, Breakfast 105.1. There's not been a boxer on that show. Adrian Broner was on that show talking about rap. He crosses over big time.
Because he raps.
In 3, no, but he said he cross over. In 3 years' time, Cotto's gone, pay-per-view star. Pacquiao's gone, Mayweather's gone, Hopkins is gone. There is no one apart from Canelo Alvarez. There is no other guys. I think Adrian Broner will be around for a long, long time.
I'm definitely not sold. Adrian Broner. All Access, Wallace Deverne.
Yes.
Do you get to watch it?
I've not even seen it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Is it
not
good?
Bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
I thought Deverne might be a bit boring on it. If I'm honest, I thought it might be a bit boring.
Yes, Deverne's not boring. I tell you what, I watched that with motivations.
Okay.
Whereas Wilder is a showman, talking the talk, whatever. Got a quite emotional talking about his daughter, which was like a nice touching piece and everything.
You mentioned that.
You got to like, you know, and that's desire. That he's got a reason to achieve. He wants to do something for his family. His daughter's doing well. She's walking. It's a great thing. But what I noticed in that thing though was Deverne. He's dead serious about this fight. It's not even a joke. See how Wilder's got a little
showmanship,
a little happy, you know. There's a part when he's like, "We're filming," and like, "Oh, we're filming now." It's like he's a fighter. He's not playing. And I'm telling you right now, you guys all know my prediction already. I think it's gonna be a very painful night.
Nathan Cleverly going back down to light heavyweight. Why are you laughing at Nathan Cleverly going down?
We talked about this before, and we said it previously that he's not a cruiserweight.
Yeah, so it's good that he's going down. No?
We said this what 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
I don't think it's good that he's going down. Don't you think it's good that he's going down in weight?
I think it's good that he's going down in weight because he couldn't compete at thing. But like I said previously, I'm not sold on Cleverly either.
But in terms of,
he's lost something since the loss to Kobe. He's lost something, and the Bailey fight, he acted like he felt going points was like a victory. He felt, and I'm not sure about Cleverly. Going down in weight is good for him.
Yeah.
He needs to stay and fight guys his own side because you get seriously hurt fighting bigger guys. But he said he's going for a title run. I'm like, who?
Jürgen Bremer, isn't it?
Yeah, the rumours
Bremer's the one. And I look at him and I felt this is the guy that is a light heavy. You're right, he's gone up to cruiserweight.
Yeah. He's
now felt power of cruiserweights. Yeah, and psychologically that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So he's felt the power of the so-called bigger guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, look, I don't think these guys, even though they're big, I don't think they hit like Kovalev.
No.
But he felt the power of these so-called bigger guys taking those punches. He's not been hurt or stumbled in any of the fights.
No, but
fair enough, Benny was the only one that was a real cruiserweight.
Yeah, it was 2 fights. So the other guy he fought was 2 rounds.
Still a bigger guy than him.
It was a bigger guy, but I don't think the guy landed 1 punch.
I just feel like him going down isn't a bad thing. Look, it's either retirement or go down. And I think he's still got a bit more to offer than retire.
No, he's got a bit more to offer, but at what level? If he's going to stay at a domestic European level, I think he's very comfortable there. I think you're talking about the top 10 guys in the division. I don't think he's ready for that. I will be very interested to see who he fights in his first fight and how he had that fight.
They literally are talking. Jürgen Bremer leads in March, I think, under a Josh Warrington show or someone else. I can't remember.
In his first fight,
I think that's what I heard on Sky Sports, one of their little apps or something. They're talking about.
Okay, I'll make an early prediction now. If that fight happens in his first fight back, Cleverly gets stopped again.
I disagree. I'm not going to bet my single barrel Jack Daniels with that, but I disagree.
Seriously, Cleverly's got skills, but like I said, I don't think his psychology there right now. Coming off a loss as well, dropping weight and going back into world class. Is Bremer a killer? No, he's not. But he's a world champion, a long-term world champion. He's been around. I don't think it's a good fight for Cleverly.
Carl Froch has come out on Sky Sports and said it's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah,
he said Eddie Hearn should deliver in March.
March could be one of the biggest months in boxing. The way things are going right now.
Everyone seems to mention March, which is strange. But yeah, I'm not excited about this fight. I don't understand the lure to go to Vegas and fight Chavez and say this is what I've always wanted to do. I've been calling that Chavez for 2 years. I don't understand if Froch didn't make money from his last 2 or 3 fights. Froch is a huge draw in this country, the biggest draw in this country. In fact, his pay-per-view numbers against George Groves the second time probably were bigger than anything apart from Mayweather Maradona. I don't understand Chavez.
Why did Andre Ward watch Chavez? Why was everyone else crying for Chavez?
Because Andre Ward isn't a sell.
No,
Andre isn't a sell.
money.
That's what I'm trying to say. Froch isn't a broke. Froch can draw in London.
Get the pay-per-view card in Vegas is like a lifetime dream for boxers. To get there against a guy that is, in terms, limited-ish, yeah, it's a good fight.
I saw
Hair joke as well.
Oh, sorry. I saw Martinez's numbers against Chavez.
Yeah.
They weren't great. So I don't understand why everyone thinks Chavez is going to bring these magical numbers.
Andre Ward and Carl Froch are looking at Chavez's fight with Brandon Vera.
Yeah.
And saying, yeah, guess what? That's easy money.
I don't think it is for Carl Froch. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it's as easy as people think for Carl Froch just to go there and beat up Chavez.
No, I don't think it's an easy fight at all. But they're looking at it as that this guy's hittable. He's big, he's slow, he can't make weight, he doesn't train hard. He might be tough for a few rounds, but it's troublesome. Rumours of Audley Harrison versus Anthony Joshua.
Bloody hell.
Hanging around for summerish this year. Audley was to come back. Frank Moore has been talking about it. It's been on some.
I think I saw that. Frank Moore said something like, no.
Yeah, it's like, are they serious?
Honestly, I'm tired of Audley Harrison. And I feel bad, but I am just tired. I don't know how someone can be, what is he, 42? 43?
Yeah, something like 42.
And think he's going to be any better than he was when he was 32.
They're trying to promote it as Olympic gold medalist.
Oh, God.
Seriously. Seriously.
Oh, God.
That's the selling point. That's the selling point. That is the selling point.
Oh, God. I mean, we'll do it. He will do it. Oh, God, he will do it. I hope if Eddie Hearn does this, I'm not joking.
Seriously.
Credibility, because I like Eddie Hearn, but credibility goes down if he does this.
All they fought in maybe, what, 18 months?
Who was his last fight? I
think it was Wilder. It was Wilder.
Yeah.
And I think the fight before that was a year before that when it was David Price.
And before that? I think it was
Ali Adams.
It was Ali Adams or someone. Was it Price fight and then David Hayes? So every time he stepped up, he's been knocked down.
But basically, he's come from at least a 2-fight losing streak by a knockout within the first round or 2. What was David Price? Was it 1 round as well?
I think David Price is either 1 round or 2
rounds. Yeah.
And the first round, no one touched each other, and then they must have landed something in the second.
And then the Dottie Wilder was what, 90 seconds?
90 seconds.
All right then.
That's it. Come out and said that negotiations were for Lee Selby versus, I forgot the guy, I can't remember his name.
Gradovich.
Yeah, trying to get that fight in March or in the spring. So I guess March is the spring. Trying to get it over here.
Good fight.
Good fight, isn't
Very
it?
good fight. Very good fight.
I don't know how popular is Lee Selby, you know. Like, normally, I was about to say, oh, that'd be a massive stadium fight. I don't know.
Okay. Based on the way Eddie Hearn promotes his cards and by stacking all these cards, I don't think he has many marquee fighters because he puts world champions and interim belts and anything together on undercards.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
On undercards of undercards of undercards. Like
you said Scott Quigg.
Scott Quigg was like the 4th or 5th fight on the card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So as much as yes, you got a world title, unless you got a world title, unless you got certain things out there, I don't think he actually has people that got headline cards.
Who's he got?
So I think.
Who would you say he's Mark? Brooke Froch.
Brooke Froch and Joshua. Okay, I tell you this. I tell you this, yeah. And Joshua's already headline or being co-main event on cards, and he's fighting guys he's blown up in a round or two. That tells you how much star power he thinks his other guys have.
Yeah, very good point.
You know what I mean?
Very good point. Bellew?
Name more than star power.
Okay.
And I like Bellew, but just be honest.
Yeah.
Andrade versus Charlos back on track, possibly for March as well.
That's a huge fight at 154.
Yeah.
We said on a couple of weeks ago that there's guys out there that at 154 that could look at like Jermaine Taylor and Andy Lee. These are two guys. Well, Andrade was going to fight. He was going to fight Kobrov, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And that kind of got put back. These are two guys. I don't understand why they would be risking both of these guys so early.
This is why we like boxing.
This is why we like boxing.
This is why we like boxing.
Risk.
Definitely a risk.
That is a big risk.
I've got one more thing I'm going to say, and it's a little bit old, but over Christmas, while I drink some brandy, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was watching BoxNation. And IFL had this interview, the IFL show was on. Yeah, Coogan and James talks boxing, whatever.
Yeah.
Had an interview with Peter Quillen.
Yeah.
You know what this guy said? And I don't mind Peter Quillen, you hate Peter Quillen.
I hate him.
You know what this guy said?
Dislike him.
He said, no one knows Ali's fights. Only his marquee fights. No one knows the rest.
Ooh.
I already had my marquee fight with Hazan and Dam.
Who?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, and Dam. Okay, yeah, Dam. Oh, yeah.
And he tried to compare himself to Muhammad Ali, and no one. I'm like, what is this guy thinking? Did you really put yourself in with Ali? Then said no one remembers Ali's fights.
But they remember your fight with Hassan.
I remember your fight with Hassan and Dam.
I kid you not. I'm not even saying this.
Seriously, I'm not even joking.
I don't even know where that fight took place, Hassan and Dam.
Nor do I. Seriously.
Was that before the Rosado fight?
That was his marquee standout fight where he stands.
Did he also say in an interview that something about RocNation were willing to pay him a certain amount of money?
Yeah.
Didn't he realise it was purse bids?
Yeah. That's the same.
Moving on, final one. Possible Marquez retirement. He spoke to Boxing Scene recently and said, look, I don't know how old Marquez is. What is it? 80? 85 Marquez?
42, I think.
42? No way.
42 or
42 years old. Anyway, Marquez, 42, better body than me at 32. I don't know how, but anyway, 42. He said he's going to have knee surgery again. That leaves him out for the whole of 2015. So I'm guessing he'll come back and be, what, 43, 44? I think that's probably it.
Honestly and truly, I think if that's the case, I think it's a good choice. The Hall of Fame career is a great fighter. Your body's breaking down. You've gone for operation, especially a knee. That's the right choice to make, and it's a smart choice to make. Especially
when we're saying that people with knee injuries recently have carried on Martinez and Sam Solomon. Look what's done to them in fights.
But in saying that, though, and this being totally honest, if the rumours are persistent about Marquez,
those rumours,
those rumours, I'm trying to say his recovery will be very, very quick, and he'll come back good as new.
I thought he's learned to carry on boxing at that time anyway, was just to knock out Pacquiao. He done that. Sorry, just to beat Pacquiao. He knocked him out. I thought that should have been that kind of similar to a George Groves Froch. You've done it. You beat your nemesis. Leave it at that.
Marquez has nothing to prove.
Yeah, he's fought everyone.
I hope he goes away. If he goes away now, it's good. I would hate for him to come back, fail a drug test, and then be scrutiny over his career.
The last 4 or 5 years. Anyway. Forget to subscribe. 2000 before February. Might as well, innit? Thanks a lot, guys, for watching This Week in Boxing. Cheers.